Hi. Well, I don't know. Every once in a while I record or write something to Marisacat, and it's not just Marisacat that I'm thinking of. It's really this blogging world and just how it comes down and who's demonizing who and the need to demonize each other. I'm not really very fond of all that. And I want to say I like Marisacat. I have an urge to say that and even defend Marisacat a bit from some of the accusations, because they do go so over the top. On the other hand, then I don't feel like spending too much effort doing that, because Marisacat goes over the top as well. So I'm not really here to defend somebody in the sense of saying who wins, like an argument about who's a good person or not. I think we're all good enough people to have this conversation, if we want to, in a productive way. I've given up hope a little bit, because in politics, again, which I do in a cyclic fashion, and maybe it's just me, but it's also just I feel like I have to wait. I feel like I have to wait and see the conditions get pre-ripe, and then I can try to help ripen them. But then when it goes wrong, it goes wrong, and that's what we've had in this blogosphere. It rose up, and it did not fulfill its promises. It was taken over once again. Liberal organizations taken over by conservative tendencies, which to me I believe is because of the system analysis. Not a surprising thing. It comes from having hierarchical organizations. One could see that form, and I think the only way to get rid of that is to get some understanding of how we want to organize. But besides that, it's just a matter of getting progressives all in the same room. The Democrats talk a lot about the Big Tent, but when I've never seen any of my activist friends in the Democratic Party. They don't trust the Democratic Party. When do they come in to the same actual tent? Usually the talk of the Big Tent is about having conservatives in there, and the liberals have been kicked out. So this is what happened again with the Daily Kos, with the mainstream version of the progressive blogosphere. But we did have, in the first year of Daily Kos, we had everybody in the same tent. We didn't all like each other. I knew Kos's politics, but I've spent time defending that people like Slack Rake should be there when he was not at all popular. His views were not popular. He still supported the war at a time when the whole blog was about speaking up against the war, taking back the liberal wing of the Democratic Party and this kind of stuff. So I wanted to do that because I wanted everybody in one place, not because I'm looking for friends or people that I have enough people to hang out with. Politically, I want to see everybody in the same place so that there can be lines of communication. To me, that's more important than that everybody thinks they're getting along or in contact with somebody that's a great person. Who cares, You're not going to really get that off the net, is my view. So I didn't like what happened with Marisacat, because this goes back to how Marisacat came to dislike me so much, which was during the pie fight. Kos said something rude about sanctimonious women and the women's study set, and the sanctimonious women's study set, and that led to arguments that when they came down, I could no longer talk to Marisacat the way I had previously. And I liked talking to Marisacat, but even more so, I liked that there would be bonds there, and I wanted to, when Kos widened this huge bond, I wanted to still bridge that gap. I didn't want to lose any contacts. I didn't quit Daily Kos right away, and I didn't want to lose the respect or the contact with people that did quit it right away. I fully understood why they wanted to, why they had to, and I respected them for it. When Kid Oakland, even long before that fact, had quit the Daily Kos front page in protest, this mattered to me, and I thought it was good, because he was showing character, standing up for something he believed in. See why he had to leave the front page, but I didn't want to lose contact with him because of that. And so to me, that's the history there. The other history is being called operative and just all kinds of names. And people often tell me, "Ooh, well, why don't you just move on? It doesn't matter what Marisacat thinks." I didn't say it matters what Marisacat thinks, and I didn't say that I was having trouble sleeping at night, or I didn't say that it affects what kind of dinner I'm going to cook, or if I'm in love with my girlfriend, or it doesn't affect anything like that. I never said it did, but it does affect this public debate. We are in this great public debate. I see us as taking over the public debate, the great public debate that's been going on for centuries. We, the people, are taking that over now. And it's an important subject. So, on that scale, it's quite important, this issue. And I think it's a good example of the problem. I don't expect everybody to agree with me, and I don't even say that people have to discuss that with me, but that's where I'm coming from. That's why I say what I say. That's what's behind what I believe. And so now I've said it once again. We'll see if I post it, or I'll see. If I do post it, then you'll see. All right. Bye.
The systematics, meaning the system that we all use to interrelate. The way people talk to each other. The way people talk to people they don't know. The way people talk on the phone. The way people treat people that are helping them. The way people treat people they work with. Whether they think they work for somebody, or whether they think they work under somebody, or whether they think they work with somebody. All of the systematics of our human network, they generate certain problems. If you don't like the problems they generate, you can reorganize your society.